The more I read about this, the more I'm thinking it was a huge scam. First of all, if you don't know, a submarine called the Titan was taking passengers who paid $250,000 on a tour to go see the Titanic. That's on the bottom of the ocean. It can only fit 5 people a trip, so they were making bank. Recently, it took a tour with a couple people in it and didn't come back up. They don't know if it's still underwater trapped or somewhere floating on top of the ocean with no service to contact anyone. Now this is the worst part, that even if it's floating on top of the ocean, there's no way for them to open the submarine from the inside. It can only be opened from the outside, and they have limited air inside. From the time of this video being uploaded, they probably have less than 30 hours of oxygen left right now. Now this is why I think it was a huge scam in the first place. It's not authorized by any regulatory agency to go underwater. In an interview, the CEO of the company that runs the tours said they got some of the parts from Camping World. The submarine itself is controlled and driven by a Bluetooth Logitech controller that you can easily get on Amazon that connects to your PlayStation, Xbox, or even your iPad.
So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right, go down, go up.
Yeah, and that's not all. The submarine has no GPS. It's basically a DIY project made from scraps. Imagine paying $250K for that. And if they're underwater right now, they could possibly be freezing slowly to death. Luckily, yesterday, underwater noises was detected, banging sounds, while they were searching for the submarine. It was heard in 30-minute intervals yesterday, which could be a sign of possible Morse code. But there's way more scary stuff to talk about. Should I do a part 2?
I'm about to tell you a really big secret that the government doesn't want you to know about the Jade Helm military exercise, the Yellowstone volcano, its potential to erupt, and why so much military is being deployed to a city near you. Rumor has it that the Jade Helm exercise was actually a cover for the military to get all of its equipment out of the Ashfall area. There was 2 major regions of the Jade Helm exercise, this one and the rest of the country. This is where all the military equipment was moved to. You'd think that's counterintuitive because Yellowstone is right next door upstairs, but you're not taking into account easterly winds. You see, the safest place to be in America when the Yellowstone volcano erupts is right here. Because beyond the initial blast, being under the volcano as the easterly wind pushes the ash cloud across to the east coast is going to be the safest place for you to be. And the safest place for all the military vehicles to be so that the ash doesn't get inside the engine and gunk everything up so it's inoperable. This map here shows the initial ash fall of Yellowstone. It is in the same exact spot where the Jade Helm exercise was. But understand this is only the initial ash fall from the eruption. Once that ash gets carried into the wind, it's going to cover the East Coast and go around the world before it revisits California, Nevada, Utah, etc. So why is this important to know, and how does it connect to all this military deployment happening right now? You may be aware of all the increased seismic activity, solar activity, and weakening of the Earth's magnetic field right now. Well, that's only the tip of the iceberg, because the USGS, along with other military organizations and the government, knows something much bigger. That is, they have an approximation of when the Yellowstone volcano is going to erupt, and they relate it to the solar activity and Earth activity. And they know that it's coming soon. I imagine that Schumann resonance thing was not an anomaly. So why are they putting military in a bunch of major cities? Because Russia and China are going to invade us immediately when we're at our weakest. By the way, this is in biblical prophecy. The abomination of desolation, my friends. When the Yellowstone volcano erupts, it's going to weaken us severely. This is going to be the best time, the most opportune moment for Russia and China to invade. So American military is preparing for that moment. That's why you're seeing planes everywhere. That's why they're deploying to major cities. It's not martial law. This is survival. And this is the stuff they really don't want you to know. Let me just give you some examples. This is what happens when you search Jade Helm military exercise, Yellowstone volcano eruption. That's your first search result. Looks like we don't have anything for you. Here's what you get when you use another search browser. Hysteria over Jade Helm exercises in Texas was fueled by Russians. Of course it was. Jade Helm 15 conspiracy theories. Fact check. Is Jade Helm 15 a program to create martial law? Get your bug out bags. Get your emergency preparedness plan. Get your gas masks. Be prepared.
Happy Juneteenth. That's the day when they came and lied again and told your ancestors they were free. And your ancestors believed it. And now we are here today.
Joe Biden actually said this. He said that Juneteenth is, quote, a day in which we remember the moral stain and the terrible toll that slavery took on the country and continues to take, end quote. How does it make you feel? You want to celebrate?
Today is so-called Father's Day, right? And this celebration has its roots in paganism. You understand? It has nothing to do with the Most High. As a matter of fact, it is the worship of the Sky Fathers, aka the sky gods, sun gods, and summer solstices. You understand?
Father's Day is a pagan holiday. First, we gotta figure out what a pagan is. The history of them is a follower of polytheistic religion. If you see my face on this app and you never listen to me, this might be the first time that you really want to listen to what I got to say, bro. Now, I just tried to post a video on both of my Instagrams because I wasn't posting on TikTok, right? It was about from 2020, right? Now, look, if you go on Google, right, and you type in suddenly, you should know what this means. Suddenly on Google. But you had to click the news though. You're going to see some shit, bro. Now, one of the things that I know for a fact, bro, is that the whole news about the war and everything, yo, is a true distraction of what's really going on. Have y'all realized that no one talks about that shit anymore? Like, y'all peep that no one literally talks about it. No more. Like, and when you try to post about it, it gets taken down. Why is that? Because, bro, the years is counting down, bro. In my own personal belief, in 2024, we're going to start seeing people dropping like flies, bro. And then they're going to say, what? It's a new... You feel me? 2024, 2025, bro. That's when that shit is really going to take effect. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything that we've been talking about since 2020, bro, they gave us a grace period, yo. This shit about to be so bad, bro.
I want to talk about sex with you.
Sex is very, very important, and we shouldn't just be giving it up to anybody, especially not the women. Because a man, he has a prong. He can stick it in and bring it out, and he cool. Even the way he nut, he ejaculate. He's always giving. That's why he's mostly doing all the work, doing all the humping, all the pumping, all the stroking, all the poking, and then he ejaculate. He nut inside the woman. The woman vagina is like a suction cup with a penis in it. Notice a penis in the vagina, your muscle starts in it. It's bringing it in because it's trying to ejaculate that sperm from the man. Everything about your body is to bring particles in. Everything about the man body is to shoot particles out. Based off of that alone in biochemistry, you are going to have a longer effect and a more powerful effect than I will. That's why a man can go around in anything, but a woman one, and she is what? She is addicted for the rest of her life. Not only that, the sperm, remember the sperm breaks down your so-called immune system? Mm-hmm. It has a way of passing the blood and brain barrier, and the receptors actually connect to your receptors. So whenever you have sex with a man, they sperm bind to your brain for the rest of your life.
Man, I miss the old Will Smith.
Do you believe in government conspiracies?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I'm serious.
No, definitely. No, oh my God.
I know I heard you did. Are you serious now?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm very serious. You can't tell,
you can't tell, no.
Okay.
I read that you felt that the government was deliberately spraying cold germs in subways, was deliberately trying to make people ill with the AIDS virus. This is pretty serious stuff. Do you really feel that?
Well, that's a good question. Well, I'm with Barbara Walters now. Oh, that's a serious one. Okay, so I got to now, because people are going to chase me after this.
Oh, just like they chased Martin Lawrence?
People are going to chase me. I believe that it is quite highly possible that the AIDS virus is a result of genetic warfare testing.
By American agents?
Absolutely.
Will.
a bunch of pigs. On their farm, the family decided to experiment with the pigs' DNA on themselves, but particularly on their youngest daughter. After some time, the authorities finally found out thanks to a villager, and when the police arrested them for illegal activities, and worse, on their own child, they discovered that the girl's name was Peppa, and that she now looked like a pig lady. Horrible. They questioned the family to find out their motivation. The family replied something terrifying. They said the reason they'd done it wasn't lack of money, or the difficulties of farm work, or any mental problems or urges. Simply, power. The power to do what they wanted to themselves or to their child. Not so innocent children's shows, eh? That's not the only secret. Check out who's behind the window if they're all out.
Have you heard the theory that the Trumps are time travelers?
Grab me a DeLorean.
This connects to Nikola Tesla.
No way.
Nikola Tesla died, and within his hotel that he had 80 plus trunks of all his patents, his designs for different technologies, all this stuff. Guess who they sent first to go and collect the stuff?
I don't know.
John G. Trump. Donald Trump's uncle.
What?
Weird.
So the theory is that he took some of these trunks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But Tesla said that he had figured out how to bend time. So
as one does.
The theory is Donald Trump's uncle took this, created a time machine.
Oh my gosh.
And then the weird connection is there was a book that came out in 1896, and it's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
You're saying
do you know
it was actually Baron Trump?
Do you know what the book was about?
What? Time travel?
Baron Trump time traveling.
Ah!
No!